Attention passionate Washington Commanders fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Washington Commanders' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Washington Commanders fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS, and Washington Commanders FANS. Let's get to the news now. Folks, buckle up because what's happening right now could be a real game changer for the Commanders and the NFC East as a whole. There are rumors flying around that the Minnesota Vikings are exploring a major move that could send their star left tackle, Christian Darrisaw, to Washington. Yeah, you heard that right. And if this deal goes through, it could be one of the biggest offseason shifts we've seen in a while, giving Washington a significant boost on the offensive line, especially in protecting Sam Howell and opening up a whole new level for the passing game. The buzz comes from NFL insiders like Adam Schefter, who reports that the Vikings, currently sitting at 4-6, are considering trading Darrisaw for a second-round pick in 2026 plus a fourth-round pick. The Vikings are also freeing up around $11 million in cap space, which they plan to use to rebuild their secondary. It's a move that makes a lot of sense for Minnesota, trading a young, talented tackle for draft capital and cap flexibility while focusing on a rebuild, especially on defense, which has been a weak point this season. For Washington, this isn't just about adding a talented player, it's about making a statement. Darrisaw, drafted 23rd overall in 2021, has quickly earned a reputation as one of the top blindside protectors in the league. He's been a cornerstone for the Vikings' offensive line, which, despite some struggles overall, has benefited immensely from having a reliable left tackle. If the Commanders land him, they're not just filling a hole, they're creating a fortress, a true wall that can help elevate the entire offense. Think about it, Darrisaw would instantly upgrade the left tackle spot, allowing the Commanders to solidify their offensive line as an unbreakable shield. This move would have a ripple effect, improving pass protection, reducing sacks, and giving Sam Howell more time to read the field and make those deep throws we've been craving. And let's not forget, a stronger offensive line directly correlates with better third-down conversions, which has been a sore spot for Washington this season, sitting around 38.7%. Proving protection means more sustained drives, more scoring opportunities, and an increased chance to make a deep playoff run. Looking at Darrisaw's recent performance, he's been solid all season. In 2025, he's played 8 games with a PFF grade of 78, 6 for pass blocking, placing him among the top 20 offensive tackles in the league. His run blocking grade of 72, 4 is also impressive, and he's allowed only 4 sacks in those 8 games, along with 12 pressures. Importantly, he's been healthy, no major injuries, just some fatigue in Week 7 that kept him out for a game. That kind of durability is exactly what the Commanders need on the edge of their offensive line. His career stats are equally encouraging. Since being drafted in 2021, Darrisaw has played 50 games with an overall PFF grade of 85.2. In 2023, he's been a key piece for the Vikings, with a season grade of over 90, averaging just 3 penalties per season, and consistently creating quality blocks that open lanes and protect the quarterback. His presence would be a major upgrade over current options and could be the catalyst that takes Washington's offense from decent to elite. Now, why would the Vikings be willing to part ways with such a valuable player? Well, Minnesota is in a bit of a transitional phase. They have about $19 million in cap space but are struggling defensively, allowing an average of 23.2 points per game. Their defense is currently a work in progress, especially after starting 2-2. They're looking to prioritize their secondary, especially after their initial struggles this season. Trading Darrisaw for draft picks gives them flexibility to target future needs at wide receiver or other positions, especially as they look to rebuild around their core and develop that young talent. For Washington, acquiring Darrisaw would be a strategic move that could reshape their offensive line for years to come. He would reduce sacks by around 25%, considering the current total of 28 allowed, and increase pocket time by roughly 10%. This means more time for Howell to throw, more opportunities for explosive plays, and the potential to project Howell to throw for 40 yards, a benchmark that would signal a real step forward for the offense. Another interesting aspect is how Darrisaw compares to your current left tackle, Wiley. Statistically, Darisaw wins by around 1.5 block win rate points, with an 82% pass protection rate versus Wiley's 70%. That's a noticeable difference, especially in a division where pass rushers like Micah Parsons or Chase Young can make life miserable for quarterbacks. Having Darisaw on the blind side could minimize those sacks and injuries, which, let's be honest, has been a recurring concern for Washington this season. Plus, he opens lanes in the running game, adding around 15 extra yards per game, which is huge when trying to establish a balanced attack. All these improvements could translate into a significant boost in EPA, expected points added per run, pushing the Commanders' offense into the upper echelon of the league. And let's not overlook the playoff implications. Imagine the odds shifting from +20-0 to +12-0 if Darisaw joins, making Washington a more formidable contender. He could be that X factor needed to push past tough defenses and make a real run at the Super Bowl. With the Vikings likely to be a little more cautious about holding on to him with their current needs, Washington might have a real shot at landing him. In terms of their future outlook, this move could be a real statement. The Commanders are already building a pretty solid team around young talent like Howell, and adding a player like Darisaw would send a message that they're committed to winning now and in the future. It's reminiscent of the Packers' strategy after Bakhtiari's injury, where they focused on refining their offensive line with key moves. Washington could be doing the same, turning their offensive line into a true fortress that can withstand any pressure. Of course, there are always questions. Will the Vikings really trade Darisaw? Are the Commanders willing to part with enough draft capital? And how quickly can Darisaw adapt to the Commanders' system? But if the deal goes through, it could reshape the NFC East's landscape, giving Washington a serious edge and making them even more dangerous in playoff contention. Because let's be honest, protecting Howell and giving him time to operate is the key to unlocking the full potential of this offense. This potential trade isn't just about adding a player. It's about making a statement, showing that the Commanders are serious about competing at the highest level and building an offensive line that can dominate for years to come. It's about elevating the entire team, giving Howell more protection, and creating a tougher, more disciplined unit that can grind out wins against any opponent. The NFC East is already one of the most competitive divisions in the league, but with a move like this, Washington could leapfrog their rivals and establish themselves as serious contenders. So fans, keep your eyes peeled. This story is developing, and if it happens, it could be the move that turns Washington's season around, pushing them closer to that elusive Super Bowl. The opportunity to land a talent like Darisaw doesn't come around often, and if the Commanders strike, it'll be a move that's talked about for years in the NFC East and beyond. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Washington Commanders news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And finally, I want to hear from you, Washington fans. What do you think about this potential move? Do you believe Darisaw is the missing piece to take this offense to the next level? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinions matter so much to us and to the future of the Commanders. Remember, I'll be back soon with even more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Washington Commanders news. We're in this together, and the best is yet to come.